I want you to think for a moment about the last time you did something to please someone else. It doesn't have to be wrong, just something you normally wouldn't have done except out of motivation to affect someone else's perception of you. 90% of teenagers say that they're influenced by peer pressure, and I'm guessing the other 10% either were lying or weren't available for survey. Pressure to conform to social norms and the status quo is a huge influencer of all of us. It's part of how we're made as social beings, but all too often we get carried along by a cultural tide of seeking to please others, hoping to find our value, self-worth, and satisfaction in what the proverbial they think about us. It's exhausting and dangerous. On a really serious note, more than half of teen suicides are related to depression, and the number one reason attributed to eating disorders like bulimia and anorexia is peer pressure. Pressure to be accepted is everywhere, and none of us escapes it. I just wonder, though, whether names like Tyler Clementi, Jessica Logan, Sarah Lynn Butler, Hannah Smith, or Ryan Halligan would be known for achieving something great if they had had an anchor like Christ to hold on to during intense periods of bullying, which eventually ended in them taking their own lives. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not excusing the bullies in any way. What they did was completely wrong on every level. What I'm really trying to get us all to consider is just how fickle and brutal others' opinions can be. Why do we put so much energy into getting other people's attention, but so little into understanding what God says about us? Why are our efforts to please others disproportionate to our desire to please God? Jesus assures us that even a falling sparrow, worth about a penny, receives the attention of his Father, and that we're worth more to God than many sparrows. The next time you're tempted to be influenced by a desire for the attention and praise of others, think about God's constant watchfulness over you and your circumstances. When what you think about yourself is rooted in how God sees you, as a person who is fearfully and wonderfully made in his image for his purposes, then what others think about you when you're choosing the right thing really won't matter that much. But when your self-worth is wrapped up in the opinions of others, sooner or later you'll become stressed, bitter, resentful, and even seriously, dangerously depressed. You have to decide, are you going to be confident in who God says you are and seek to please him? Or are you going to let what others think of you determine what you think about yourself? Because how you think of yourself will impact every aspect of your ability to influence others. Let me say it another way. In order to be an influencer who leads like Jesus, who isn't shaken or turned off course by public opinion, you have to know who you are. Really, deep down at the core of your character, who you are. And you have to fully rest and trust in whose you are, too.